Hey, and welcome back to the next episode of the Right Hand Drive Guys podcast, the podcast for guys who like right hand drives. I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
Yo.
And welcome back to the show. And this week is episode 152.
Yes,
152. We are just steadily climbing the ladder towards 200 episodes. And, you know, we had some guests lined up, but we decided, hey, like let's do just us and let's go ahead and just run through the do's and don'ts of modifying a JDM car.
Yes, absolutely, because we each got opinions on stuff we should do and don't. You should do and absolutely not do to your JDM cars.
Yep.
You know, we're just going to share our opinions, right?
Yeah, and they may not be things that you would like necessarily think, right? They may not be so obvious, so to speak, some of these things. So we didn't really share our list with each other, so we're not really sure. Hopefully there's no dupes, but we're going to do each 5 do's, 5 don'ts.
Absolutely.
On episode 152.
Heck yeah.
Why don't we'll start with do's. Let's start with the positive, and I'll be a gentleman and let you start.
Okay, so my first do is whenever you're building a JDM car, absolutely do use buy to source parts, to source used parts that are still good price, legit JDM brands.
Probably discontinued.
Probably maybe even discontinued. But if you're looking to build a period correct JDM car, absolutely hop on buy, which is, if you don't know what buy is, it's a proxy service for Yahoo Auctions Japan. So it basically, they're just a middleman that will basically buy the thing from Yahoo Auctions. It ships to their warehouse, and then they ship it to you.
Cool.
So it's one of those things where it's kind of scary sounding at first. You're like, holy shit, I might get taken here. You might, because, well, one thing, they don't tell you shipping prices up front, which, shipping from Japan to America, that $30 bumper might turn into a $2,500 ordeal after shipping. And they don't tell you that beforehand. So
it's an after thing. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I used buy for a lot of things when SR swapping my car this past winter. Probably the biggest thing that I bought was probably a radiator. And I got it for like 3 yen or something like that. It was super cheap. It's a Greddy radiator, so it's like legit. But shipping on it was $150, I think. So when it was all said and done, and with fees and everything, it was like $160 landed. That's still way cheaper.
Yeah, that's way cheaper. But that was pre-tariff.
That was also pre-tariff. There are some new things going on with the tariffs, but I think if it's below a certain dollar amount, it's not that big of a deal.
I think that just changed.
That just changed as well?
Yeah, because that just changed, and it's a whole thing, and you should go do your research on this yourself. But what I can say is, so now that it's under that amount, I had a replacement piece coming for the lowering kit for the Yukon.
Yeah.
Because the rods were too short. From Canada, $55 tariff. And it was a replacement piece. I didn't pay $1 for it.
Yeah.
He put the value at $37, and they want $55 to deliver it.
That's insane.
I know. I was like, yeah, dude, looks like the Yukon's staying right where it is, because I'm not paying $55 for a piece of threaded rod. Yeah. I'll go cut some, and I'll be good. So
crazy.
Things are changing there, but
keep your eye on it. If it does go back, it's an awesome tool to use to source parts.
I mean, it still is with what you're saying. If you
absolutely.
paid $160 landed, that's maybe $200 landed or something today, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's still not horrible.
Right.
But
still a little bit of a roll of the dice.
So, my do's and don'ts are a little different. So my first do is, search for the best deals instead of, which kind of relates to yours, but instead of getting all hot to trot, because let's be real, right? Like, for some guys, this is like very exciting, right? And it is for all of us. So I'm sure at some point or another, but it's very exciting to be looking for the parts for your JDM car. Like
Yeah.
you almost get this weird like high from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really weird. But so, and what some guys will do, and so this is what my do is look for the best deal instead of just jumping on the first one you find, because a lot of times it's easy to take that excitement and allow it to kind of control your decisions. When if you lowered the excitement level and raised the patience level, you could have saved X amount of money on looking for the best deal instead of taking the first one that comes to you.
Absolutely.
And if you do find the best deal, that leaves you money left over for the next part.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
So yeah, in my opinion, like, and I know some people are like, oh, duh, but I think it would probably surprise some of our listeners how many people click the first button.
Yeah.
They immediately click the first button, but they get taken for an extra potentially 25%,
Right.
just because they didn't look around. So, and use what he said, use buy, because that's where you are going to find, if you're looking for something that is not available in the U.S., that is probably where you're going to find the best deal. So be patient, find the best deals, and your wallet will thank you.
Heck yeah, I can agree with that.
What do you got for number 2?
Number 2. So this is a thing that I've recently, well, I guess in the past year, have like started thinking differently about. And it's running cats on your car.
Wow, okay, Doug. So
Yeah.
What's up in Washington today?
So seriously, like after our conversation with Doug and Eric, I was like 100%, okay, yeah, why am I not running a catalytic converter on my car? And whenever I was doing the swap, absolutely, I sourced a cat and it bolted right up. It hasn't robbed me any performance.
What do you
know,
mean, dude? Of
like-
course it has. Come on.
It takes away a little bit of the sound, but I mean, that's not that big of a deal to me. But I mean, dude, it's not that big of a deal to run a cat. Like
No.
they are a little bit more expensive, but they last a long time unless you have a terrible tune or you're just, I don't know, bottoming out on it, running over speed bumps or something.
Right.
But they last a long time. They don't restrict anything because if you look at a cat, it actually expands out bigger than 3-inch and then back down to 3 inches at the flanges. So that area means,
More flow.
it still flows. Even though you can't see through it, like it still flows just as much as a straight pipe. And do you know why a test pipe? They're called test pipes.
Because to test the cat.
Right, because clogging cats was, an issue. You put on a test pipe, if it fixes your issue, well, the cat's the problem.
Yeah.
Get a new cat. But
Then people just started using them for.
yeah, people just started
test
using,
pipe.
which is like cool, I guess. But another thing that I've noticed is that I don't smell like exhaust whenever I get out of my car. Like, that, I don't know, that smell. Like it's that just like carbon and fuel and
Whatever it is.
whatever it is. I used to smell that on myself getting out of my car every single time. But now, anytime I go for a drive, whether it be 30 minutes or, hours long, I can get out of my car and I don't smell like a freaking exhaust. So,
Yeah, and I
like,
mean,
it's
when you're
also a good
parked,
thing.
you're not letting all of those like gases and whatnot that, the cat converts. You're not letting those seep into your car when
Right.
you're parked idling.
Right.
Like it is a thing. And yeah, for sure, Doug's kind of speech on it, so to speak, was for me, I was like, oh, okay. Like, of course, since we were young, it was like the cat was the enemy.
Yeah,
You know
it was
what
a
I mean?
restriction, dude.
Yeah, it was that whole thing. So now that, Doug educated us and you kind of realize like, yeah, wow, like I guess that's true, unless you're a full out drag car that is going, for 6s or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like why would you not do that? And if you're driving it on the road, that's what you're supposed to have.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I agree there too. Like
Full competition cars, they get a pass because
that's different.
It's different.
If
But
it's
for a
not
street
driven
car,
on a road, like yeah, of course.
Street car, absolutely. Get a cat. And the cat that I got was actually, I bought it from Injuku, and it's a bolt-on cat from, I think, a Magnaflow. But they weld on the flanges, 3-inch flanges, and it bolts right up right where it should.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the States and you're looking for a cat, hit up Injuku. They have them, I'm pretty sure, in stock. And I was surprised, like, because I think it's something that they weld the flanges on, and then they ship it out to you. So it's a good deal.
Yeah, that is cool. It's a good service to offer. Okay, so my number 2. And so most of mine, my dues are like by the end of your build, right? Like, so the way that I'm looking at this is that you are in the middle of a build, or you're doing a build, right? Yeah. Or you've done a build. You know, it's like my dues are not necessarily for like the beginning of a project car, so to speak. You know, like this is the whole thing. So what I think my number 2 due is in my opinion, do get the car ceramic coated. Oh. And why is because when, you know, you put all this love into the car, you put all of this time, effort, all of these things, right? Yeah. And you want to enjoy driving the car. And for me, ceramic coating or PPF even, these type of things are a game changer, because I am now spending less time scrubbing the car. I'm now spending less time scrubbing the wheels, like whatever it is, right? Like it's making post-driving more enjoyable because it's less taxing. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. So I think that when you're all done your build and you're ready to get that thing out on the road, get it ceramic coated first, because you're going to just not deal with nearly as much when it comes to the cleaning.
I agree with that. I mean, even in my case, I hate washing my car, but I love driving it. Right. So I'll take it on plenty of drives without cleaning it, and the bugs, the dirt, all that gets built up on it. But dude, with the ceramic coat, it sprays right off.
Yeah,
like,
it's sweet.
It's kind of crazy. So yeah, definitely do that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So my next due is, I think you should use your car how you would like. When you do a build and you get this dream car, use it exactly how you would want to use it. Whether it be daily driving it, going and getting groceries, taking it to the track, beating it up drifting, whatever the case may be.
Letting it sit in the garage. Can you please not? Like, dude, like, wow, dude. Guys like you, dude, guys like you, they literally will leave out. It's like, dude, do what you want with your car, bro. But I'm not going to list the thing you want to do with your car, which is not do anything at all with it.
No, that was coming up. That was the final one.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
You took the words out of my mouth, bro.
Dude.
Come on.
You know, I'm real protective about you drivers wanting to talk to us sitters like this. You know what I'm saying?
If you get enjoyment out of looking at it in the garage, absolutely do that too. Absolutely do that too.
Shout out to my garage queens.
Exactly. But shout out to all the people that beat them up too.
Yeah, for sure.
If you spend the money on this car and it's your bucket list item and you want to do these things, freaking do them.
Yeah,
do
for
them.
sure.
Don't be afraid of doing it, because that'll only lead to the regret.
You can always replace windshields and respray front bumpers and hoods, and you know, hey, you only live once, dude.
Hey, part of it, right? Part of the enjoyment.
Yeah, for sure. To each their own on that type of thing. And you know, my next due is kind of related. You know, my next due is involve your friends, right? Like, involve your friends in modifying your JDM car. Involve your friends in the whole process, right? Because, like, doing these things on your own, like, yeah, cool, pride. But doing it with other people, your friends, and having their hands in it becomes like a community pride project, right? Like, now the dude that helped you install this part or figure this out or weld this now has pride within the car, right? And that's it's a separate bonding opportunity for you, in whether it's your friend, somebody you hired, really, like whatever it is. But as long as these hands are going into the car, that's just more people with pride in it, you know? And so I think involving your friends in your build, you know, really just strengthens your bond with them anyways. And a lot of times, like, your friends have different experiences and knowledge that can help complement the build and maybe something you didn't think of. So
absolutely,
for sure, involve the homies. Even if they're just standing around talking shit, it's still cool.
Yeah, that's always a good time, dude. The garage hangs
Yeah, the garage
Definitely.
hangs.
Definitely a plus.
No, what are you on, number 4?
I'm on number 4, and my number 4 is after you import your car, get a standalone and a tune.
Standalone
Absolutely
and a
do
tune.
that.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It's not, it's not the early 2000s anymore. There's plenty of options for, a standalone ECU and a tune, and they're kind of somewhat affordable compared to what they used to be. And the reason I say this is because, with technology nowadays, you can get a much more efficient running car just by, throwing an ECU and a tune at it. And the drivability will be just as good. I mean, everything's there. And you can diagnose problems easier. Just a bunch of things like that. So get a standalone, get a tune, and enjoy your car a little more.
And on that note, if you're looking for a standalone, you can visit Haltech, and they will provide you with the correct ECU to help you get that awesome tune out of your car. And now featuring the Nexus plugin for the Skyline platform. Anyways.
All right. Yeah, shout out to Haltech.
Yeah, shout out to Haltech. That's a good one. I agree. And that's what, if you talk to any of these guys, Animal Auto, HD Works, any of these guys, they're going to tell you absolutely get that standalone because, and simply just for the fuel difference.
Yeah.
What that stock ECU is made for this fuel, we have like subpar fuel.
Correct.
Just that standalone alone is going to make it so that you are much better situated for America, so to speak.
Yes, I agree with that.
You
100%.
don't think of that. Like this ECU in Japan that came from there was probably tuned for 95.
Yeah.
And now you come
I think it's
over
closer
here,
to 98.
98. So now you come over here, you can get 93. People have been showing pictures of 94.
Yes,
but
Sunoco, I believe, has it.
yeah, it's like, okay, cool, but it's still not 98. So if you get, they're affordable, but it's a big expense when you just spend all this money to get the car here.
Yeah.
But it should absolutely be your first thing just to protect your investment even.
Especially if your engine's modified or you're turning up the boost, because that's where things can get weird. Like me personally, if I ever turn up the boost on my car, I still run a stock ECU, stock sensors, all that. I pour in an octane booster just to put it there and just give a little more protection.
Makes sense.
So,
all right, my last do is, and like this is number 4, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be number.
Dude, I'm sorry. All right, number 4. So, and this one is like, I guess my opinion, and a lot of guys will be like, oh, screw that, but in my opinion, create and stick to a budget.
Modifying these cars?
So, okay, right, here's my point.
Come on.
We're, unless you're listening to this and you're like Ainsley Metz maker and you're 15 and like, whatever, right? That's different. But if we're all adults, right?
Yeah.
So, and you kind of did it. Maybe you didn't stick to it, but you kind of, part of this, part of the build, part of the fun, make it part of the challenge is sitting down, laying out everything that you need, I'm sure you did, everything that you think you're going to need, even though you end up needing more. Got it.
Yeah.
But, and then like, try to stick to that, dude. Try to stick to that budget, because when you overspend on maybe some things you didn't need to even, it creates less for what you realize you do need in the future. You know what I mean? And so I feel like part of the fun challenge of the build out should be creating the car mentally and then on paper and figuring out what that's going to cost you with a plus minus 10%, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then trying to actually stick to that. And that goes back with, my number 1, which is find the best prices.
Yeah.
So like, yes, maybe it takes you an extra 90 days because you had to paw through all of these for sale things and actually find the good deal and stick to the budget.
Right.
But in the end, you can say what 98% of us cannot say. I stuck to my budget. I stuck to my budget. So that I think, if you can create and stick to a budget in the end, like you just that that feeling of kind of, accomplishment is going to be much bigger because you didn't end up maxing out a third credit card. Only 2.
Yeah, for sure. But if you don't make a budget, absolutely do not go afterwards and add up the receipts.
Yeah.
Do
Don't
not do that. Do not do that.
You'll be pretty disappointed.
Yeah, you're gonna be pretty upset.
Yeah, for sure. All right, number 5, the last do.
Last one. Get correct spec wheels for your setup. That's it. Get the correct spec wheels for your setup. Do not buy the 17x7 plus 50 offset just to run a 3-inch spacer. Don't do that.
Right.
That looks tacky.
It's
I
not.
mean, it's not it. It's not the move. It's not the move, Like, I get it, if you have spares, if you're drifting or whatever, and you need to put some on the back that were a little cheaper, and you might have to have a spacer to get it fit right. That's cool, but buy the correct spec from the beginning.
Yeah.
Sit down and really look for the correct spec. Yes, GTR spec wheels are going to be more expensive. Like, sometimes double, even triple the cost for the good spec than it is the weak spec.
Right.
But have some pride in the build,
Yeah, for sure.
Don't cheap out on that.
That's considered cutting a corner.
I think so. And it just, I don't know. I feel like, people are a little too lax on that. They were just like, oh, well, let's just throw a 3-inch spacer on there. We'll be good.
It's an easy fix.
That's not it.
Yeah, no, and it's really, the spacer is a weak link. Like, you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
At all. So, okay, I agree with that. Do the right spec wheels, do the right,
get the right
spec everything, really. And, so to close it out is prefer quality. It's too easy in 2025 to go with mediocrity instead of preferring quality, right? And this is, again, just my opinion. Like, I would rather wait 6 months for something quality than get something in 6 days that's subpar, but it got here sooner. So now my impatience has been satisfied.
Right.
I would rather prefer quality. When, I think we were just watching that Jimmy Oaks video last night, and there was some part, I can't remember, I think it was a gasket or something, right?
Yeah.
And a dude told him it was Tomei.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
classic.
the head gasket.
Yeah, head gasket. They told him it was a Tomei.
Yeah.
He assumed Japan because he assumes quality.
Right.
Right? And then he gets it in there. Oh, no, that was a Tomei USA. Yeah. What do you know? That was his weak link.
Yeah, and that's what blew.
And even though he preferred quality, the person that he was working with or whatever did not. And so, therefore, that stung him. You know what I mean? So it's prefer quality. And a lot of times, hey, dude, shit happens with quality parts, too. It's not, they're not immune to it just because they're quality. But A, you have that pride, and B, yes, less risk. So, in my opinion, prefer quality when you're spending your money like this.
100%.
Okay, here we go. First, don't.
All right.
First, don't.
All right. Don't run black wheels.
What the frick do you mean?
All right. LMGT4s get the pass, but they're the only ones. Not because you got them, but it's kind of the only color.
Regas. Regas, dude, what are you talking about?
I can't, but they're just black. The reason the LMGT4s get the pass is because of the engraving and the little bit of contrast you got there.
Okay.
That's the only wheel that gets the pass.
Wow.
Black wheel that gets the pass.
That's crazy.
But otherwise, dude, they just disappear. They just...
They disappear? People steal them because they're so freaking awesome? Or what do you mean they disappear?
No, dude, they don't pop. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There's no contrast there.
Yeah.
It's already like a shadowed part of the car, and then you make it black, and then it all just kind of blends together. My personal opinion.
Wow, so it's got to be white and flashy.
Not white, but literally any other color than black, silver, gunmetal.
But
white
on a yellow car, dude, black wheels,
I don't know.
On, dude.
I just
on a black car, black wheels, of course not. But
I don't know. I mean, it's very.
I don't know, man.
It's hard to pull off. For me personally, my opinionated opinion, the black wheels, they're very hard to pull off, and it's got to be a very specific car and setup. Other than LMGT4s, like I said, they got a little contrast with the Nismo logo, but other than that, man.
For a dude that used to be all screamo and wear all black, like you're pretty much a hypocrite, dude.
All right,
dude.
I don't
all right,
know.
no black wheels. That's
just
fine.
say it. Don't do
That's
it.
Fine.
Just don't
That's
do it.
fine.
There's how many colors?
Rainbow. I don't know. Black's not even in the rainbow. Okay, dude. All right. We'll move on from that one. All right. My number one don't use fake parts. Okay, so back to the Jimmy thing. Jimmy thought he was using a real part, ended up using a fake part. Fake part bit him in the ass. Yeah. So, like, and again, this is for your, whatever, right? Your bucket list, dream car, dream build. Like, we're not talking about the daily driver Civic sedan. Right. That you're using. Yeah, sure, dude. Like, if you want to modify your daily driver Civic sedan, sure, use a few fake parts. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like,
put that Mishimoto radiator on there.
Right, who cares, right? Like, on my Fit, I got some Circuit Hero, whatever, right? But I don't care because, like, I just didn't like the stock wheels. And I wasn't buying real SW388s.
What color are they?
They're goddamn black. You're absolutely right. Like 100%. And they disappear on me all the time. I can't find them. I don't know where the frig they are. But like, yeah, dude, they're black. But listen, they're fake. That's okay because it's not my project dream build car.
You didn't put
thing.
spoon stickers on them?
No, I didn't. No. I saved those. I got them, but I didn't put them on. But okay, so don't use fake parts on the build that you consider your dream, right? It's just not worth it. Wait the extra 6 months till you can afford the real ones.
Correct, dude.
Yeah.
Don't put the Brom seats in there either.
Yeah, don't put the Broms in there.
All right. My next don't expect stock reliability out of a modified engine.
Wow.
Don't do it. Like if you get a car, it's had cams put in it, and it's got a different turbo, the boost turned up, weird ROM tune. You'd be silly to expect that thing to start every single time.
Yeah,
and you'd be kind of
silly
to think that engine's going to last hundreds of thousands of miles like stock examples do.
Yeah.
Like that whole letting the magic out, I think that's a real thing. And, whenever people start swapping parts and, doing head gaskets and maybe not having a machine shop involved in assembling things and making sure specs are where they need to be, that's where I feel like a lot of unreliability comes from.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like with SRs back in the day, that's like what everyone did. They always did cams, a head gasket, like right off the rip. And then, it'd blow up 5,000 miles later, and they're like, oh, what happened? Well, you let the magic out.
Right. Yeah.
So, don't let the magic out.
I do hear people say that
Yeah.
often, right? Like, if you want it to be reliable, keep the magic in there because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if you do want to modify it, go do the full extent of it.
Right.
Take it to the machine shop, have them assemble it, have them balance it, have them do, everything to it so it potentially does have that stock reliability.
or at least close.
At least close as you can be. But just throwing parts at it and expecting it to work the same way, not going to happen.
All right. My number two, don't overextend yourself, right? Which is it's a classic thing in this industry, in our culture, especially just automotive culture, period.
Yeah.
We get so excited to do these builds that we end up overextending ourselves, and the enjoyment of the build is overshadowed by whether you got too many credit cards out, whether you spent your savings, whether your old lady's pissed because you spent your vacation fund, whatever it is, right?
Hey.
You start with, and that's where the budget thing comes in too, is that when you know when to stop, you got to know when to stop because it's too easy to just keep going. And then all of a sudden, like the car is reminding you of the debt, right?
Yeah.
And now it's a negative instead of a positive. Where if you had just stopped that $6,000 sooner, it
Right.
wouldn't be that case. So, in my opinion, don't overextend yourself on these builds because that's what they are. They're just builds at the end of the day. And, like, your financial success shouldn't be drowned by a car.
Right. And yeah, I mean, don't dig yourself a hole.
Right.
Like, because
it's hard
dude,
to get out.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen it happen before. Like your buddy, he's got this crazy build in his head, tears down his car completely, strips it all out, and it basically becomes a part out within a few months because, you know, he can't get it together and it's just sitting in the garage and it's just...
And now that financial burden is in pieces.
Yeah.
And now you have to liquidate it
Right.
in order to try to get out of the hole.
Yeah. Not good. Don't do that. So next one up for me is don't over modify your car. Like that goes along the lines of like, don't swap out all the bushings for solid mounts on everything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that kind of helps you a lot more than you think in keeping a good car reliable, is having bushings that like allow things to move and have some flex, and it doesn't put all the strain like on the drivetrain itself or whatever it might be. And also like over modifying your car, like it makes it not as enjoyable. Like if it's a street car, for instance, and you strip all the interior out, you chip out all the sound deadening, you put harnesses in, buckets, cage, you know, the whole race car thing, and then you still try to drive it daily and try to enjoy it. It doesn't work, right? It's noisy, it's loud, it's not as fun.
And on top of that, you took out the AC and the heat.
Right, yeah.
So in November when you're trying to bring your old lady and she's pissed because it's freezing. Yeah, for sure.
Right. Or you try to take her anywhere at any time because it's loud.
She's annoyed. Yeah,
it's like, oh, God, we got to take this thing again. I mean, I don't know. I haven't had that experience, but then again, I haven't like over modified my car.
Right.
I can still enjoy it, still drive it. It still has full interior, has heat, no AC, but you know,
as long as
you can deal
heat.
with that.
My Civic Type R X had no AC, no heat.
Oh yeah,
living in
that was
Colorado.
the Tuck Bay days, right?
Yeah, that was like, that was one of those cars with solid mounts, all of that, you know, and it was not really that fun,
right?
You know, and I mean, I was like 23 or something or 22, and like, of course, I thought it was the shit.
Yeah,
you know, and
we always did when we were young.
Dude, what are we doing? Why is this our vehicle?
Yeah,
and I'm like, cause Civic Type R, you know. Okay, so my next don't is don't get it just to get it. Get it because you need it. You know, don't get it just because that's the cool thing or that's like the newest trend, right? Yeah. Get it because you love it. Don't get it just to get it. You know what I mean? It's too easy to be influenced by social media and all these dudes posting their builds, and like it's easy to think, oh, I need that for mine. That's getting it just to get it. Right. Because you didn't get it because you needed it or have always wanted it. You got it because someone else had it.
Right.
And you just bought it because it's the next thing, you know? And for me, that's like definitely huge. I'm not buying nothing unless it naturally, organically, USDA Prime got my attention and I looked into it. You know what I mean? Not just like, oh, you know, whatever, Tommy has it, so I need it.
Right.
No, that's not it, because that's, again, how you go over budget and you spend money that you didn't need to trying to keep up with parts you don't need.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
So don't get it just to get it.
Good point. Like, don't let other people influence your build unless like you're truly into it.
Right.
Don't just get it because, like you said, Tommy or whoever has it, right? That's like not the way to do it.
No, not at all. And again, you just spend more money than you need to, and you ended up not even needing it. You know, it's just one of those things. And then when Tommy or whoever swaps it out and has the next thing, now you're on the last thing, and you spend your money. Yeah. So, it's not, don't get it just to get it. Get it because you have loved it or have always wanted it.
Right.
You know, or
100%.
you need to finish the build. But what do you got?
Don't run shitty all-season tires. Don't do
Wow,
it. I don't
okay.
want to see ling longs on your TE37s. Like
Ling longs. Yeah,
you
ling
know,
longs.
I don't want to see your wildfire tiger paws or whatever they
the
are.
alkalis, yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, just like
I don't want to see firestones on your on your Regas. You know,
yeah.
don't like whatever. Don't cheap out on tires. Like I feel like tires are almost just important as it's just as an important part as the wheels, as the it goes back to the legit part of it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those wear items. Sure,
Yeah,
it's
it
easy
sucks
to spin.
replace. Yeah.
But like I don't know, I think it adds to your build and adds to the flavor of the car if you actually have a decent set of advans or a cool set of Bridgestones.
What do you got on the rear of your car? I'm just
Listen,
curious.
I got shitty all seasons and I blew. Listen, hold on. What did we do yesterday in the driveway? Did we not just blow them right off?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, sure we
did. We
did.
not?
Yes.
Did we not?
Yeah,
all right.
for
What's on
sure.
the front? Advan Flevas.
Yeah,
So
Advan Flevas, dude.
all right, and they're Acceleras on the back.
Do what
They're
he
not-
says, not what he does. All right, let him be.
Acceleras are a sponsor of.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. Wow. Okay, yeah, I hear you though. Tires are
Yeah.
important in like. It may seem like, well, what do you mean? Rubber's rubber, but there are, you spend more on a tire.
Yeah.
You spend more on an RE71R than you do whatever all season Firestone because of the compounds in the tire.
Right.
Like it's not rubber is not rubber. People
Right.
think like rubber's rubber, but that's not the case. Like different compounds cost different money. Are produced differently.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you're all season, like, cool, that's great for your Ford Explorer.
Right.
That's awesome. But when you're doing things like we're doing with these cars and we need them to perform how we need them to perform, those compounds make a huge difference.
And dude, silly take here, but if I go to a meet or a show or something and I see a crazy, 1,000 horsepower build on a GTR, and the guy is running cheap Chinese tires, I lose all interest because I
Wow.
know that he's not even using the car because you can't with those
Well,
tires.
yeah, you couldn't
know what
use
I mean?
that power with those tires.
It's impossible. So
Yeah.
it's just like, all right, then what are we doing here?
Then what are we
This is an
freaking
internet
doing?
build. Get out of here.
This is a friggin' internet bill.
What you got?
Number 4, okay, this is an obvious one, but I think this has influenced more builds in a positive or negative manner than anything else, okay? Do not listen to the naysayer. Do not listen to the naysayer because too often guys will be on a path to build something that they love, that they've dreamt of, and a naysayer will come along and they will alter that path in one way or another. Sure, not for every guy, right? Like, let's just say whatever, you get a naysayer, maybe you can tune that out or brush that off.
Right.
But not everyone can do that, and I think that's something we got to practice a little more, especially with the internet being so broad and so quick to communicate. Like, I feel like we need to really tune out the naysayer in order to bring our vision to the forefront of what we're trying to do with the car. Because there's always going to be a guy. Okay, there's always going to be a guy that says black wheels disappear. Okay, they're going to say they disappear. And you need to tune that out, okay? Because your black wheels are just fine. And they're going to make your car look awesome. And so, that's just one perfect example of the type of guy, that will just come in with this little bug in your ear, right? Like, black wheels disappear. And now all of a sudden...
You're questioning your whole life?
Yes, you're questioning your whole build, your whole life, everything, dude. So... in my opinion, like, let the naysayers waste their breath. You stay true to your vision. And when your vision comes out, that's your vision only. And it was not influenced by anyone else's words coming out of their mouth in a negative way. And I think, again, with the amount of cyber bullies and just shit talkers behind the screen nowadays, it's too easy to get wrapped up in that type of thing. Like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do this. Right. Well, maybe that's not going to work. Well, no, dude, that was your original vision and you got to stick to it because that was that was your build prior to anybody saying a word. So
Absolutely.
tune them out, brothers. Tune them out.
Yeah, build it for you, not for them.
Build it for you, not for them.
Yeah, don't listen to me about my black wheel theory. Don't do it.
Yes, don't. Okay.
or do. Either way.
This is your last one.
Last one is don't cheap out on safety equipment or controls. So controls being like steering wheel, anything attached to the steering wheel, anything that helps you control the car. Do not cheap out on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want a throttle cable made of spaghetti. You know,
Yo, that old ragu throttle cable, you feel me? No.
you know, like don't buy knockoff steering wheels because in a crash, that's like the one thing you're hanging on to. And I've seen a lot of different pictures of, you know, people buying the knockoff Nardis and stuff, and they get into a slight collision. And dude, the steering wheel just tacos and just folds in on itself. And it's just like, you know, you end up punching the dash and the windshield and it's just a mess. You know, same goes with harnesses. You know, don't cheap out on harnesses or a seatbelt. You know, if you got a stock setup, like get a replacement seatbelt. Not a big deal.
Yeah, safety is a big thing for sure. And a lot of times it's overlooked because there's so much to spend money on with these cars that like safety, like, you know, but when I had that DB8 Integra Type R and it came with a fake Momo and you're like, hey, dude, I think this is one of those fake Momos. And I'm like, what do you mean? And you get in there and you sit down and you grab the steering wheel and you start pushing on it and the thing is folding in and out. Like, it was kind of crazy. It was like, dude, yes, it was wild. And I was like, dang, like I didn't realize that it was this bad, you know, like that, like not only are they're imitating the product, but they're minimizing the safety aspect of it to get profits, which is like, you know, keep an eye on those things, you know, because
100%.
It is your life in this car. So I agree.
I mean,
with you.
same goes with seats, you know, knockoff seats. They can be very dangerous.
Wheels.
Seat rails or how you mount your seat into the car.
Yeah.
Because like all these things work together to create, you know, a safety area for you. You know, it holds you in there. The seat holds you in. You're holding the steering wheel. You know, I mean, even like pedals and brake pedals and stuff like that. I mean, even like just the slip-on covers, make sure that they're on there tight and like just don't play around with anything that has to do with the safety of the car or your controlling of the car. Just be very careful when modifying any of those areas because it can turn dangerous very, very quick. I mean,
yeah, it can. And there's plenty of guys have died through, you know, in these type of cars, you know, whether it was safety or whatever, but it can happen. So the better chances you have by buying authentic and quality safety items, the better you are. Dude, it's not a fashion thing. Carry the fire extinguisher, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I got one.
Like, why wouldn't you in a heavily or even moderately modified car? Like, you spent your wife's savings on this car. Why would you not?
Wives or lives?
Yeah, whatever. But why would you not carry such a simple tool that could, you know, whatever, whether you had an oil return pop off and leak and now it's created like an oil fire under the hood, you can put that thing out. You save the whole motor, the whole bay, and you just have some charred lines. As opposed to, oh, I don't have a fire extinguisher in my modified car.
We've all seen it. We've all seen videos of cars going up and like no one knows what to do because there's like literally nothing they can do. They're like pouring bottles of water on it and like
Mountain Dew, whatever
Mountain
it is.
Dew, they're kicking dirt on it, throwing sand, like whatever. But like, dude, it happens so fast that one tool could easily save your entire build literally. So good point on that one too.
It's true. So my last one, and this is kind of obvious, but we always got to say it because you got those dudes out there that don't know no better. Okay, this is number 5. Don't. Okay, don't play games when it comes to registering your vehicle. Okay, don't VIN swap. Okay, don't try to use a plate from another vehicle you have. Don't play games with that, right? Because you've done all this work to your JDM car.
Yeah.
Okay. You've modified it. Now it's time to like register it and get it out on the road. And you're taking some side shortcut that eventually has your car impounded or potentially crushed.
Yeah.
That could be the worst. Next to a fire with no extinguisher, getting pulled over without the proper registration.
Yeah.
Same thing, dude. Like your car could just get towed right out of there into the impound, or in some states crushed.
Yeah.
Right. Depending on what you're doing. So
100%.
like, do not play games with registration, even if because this is the worst thing about car guys like us, and I get it. We have no patience. We want to do this shit ASAP. We want to build this car. We want to drive it. We want to show it off. We want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But don't cut some of these corners that could end up having you either spending a ton of bread trying to get the car back to where you should have had it in the first place. Or losing the car altogether. You really got to think ahead with some of these things, because how is that not the worst day of your life when you get pulled over, they find out that you VIN swapped the car.
Right.
And now they're impounding it.
Or just simply swapping tags from another vehicle.
Right. That is so silly.
Dude, I was so guilty of that when I was
bet.
in my 20s. Like, I did not understand how big of a deal that was, because it's so simple to do. You just take the plate off one car and put it on the other, and it's like you're good to go, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have the registration still, but it's just to another, like, whatever. They're not going to know that my Ford Bronco isn't a Nissan hardbody.
Right.
Like,
They have no
speaking
clue.
from experience here,
Yeah.
like, I did that. And, dude, I got pulled over one time, and they straightened me out right there on the side of the road and let me know how big of an idiot that I was. And I was just like, oh, I didn't realize this was that big of a deal. Like,
Yeah.
What
They're
do
like,
you-
what
like,
do you mean, dude?
I was just like, yeah, I just got the car, like, and I threw the plate on it for my other one, and that's the story. And they're like, step out of the car, please. And I'm like, what did I do? Like, why don't you have your car registered? And just starts grilling me, dude. And I'm like,
I'm an idiot kid.
yeah. I'm like, are they about to tow my car? Like, are they about to like take me to jail? Am I gonna be suspected of other crimes now? Like, all this crazy
Jesus.
stuff, right? Like, because I was just like, I just took the plate off of one car and put it on the other. How is it this big of a deal? Why are there 6 cops here? Why is right? Why is there a helicopter flying? Like, what the heck is going on? Like, what did I just do?
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely, get your cars registered legitly. There's plenty of places, like if your town sucks, your state sucks, whatever, there's plenty of ways to register it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Do
Make
your
it
research
happen.
online. You can make it happen.
It's not 1995 anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
just-
you can get this done.
Just absolutely don't take a tag from one car and put it on another. Do not do that. You'd be better off driving around without a plate.
Yeah, literally. Because that's a different charge than it is to do what you were doing,
That's like
which
borderline
is bad.
fraud.
Yeah.
Switching plates, but driving
Yeah.
without is just driving without, which
Right. That's just unregistered vehicle, not also
Right.
So yeah, these are the do's and don'ts of modifying your JDM car. Of course, we could have done 10 each. We could have done plenty, but realistically, these are just the basics of, kind of what you do and you don't do.
Yeah.
Make your own decision, but don't get mad at us when your car gets impounded because you threw the plates on from the Bronco or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, just don't run it at all.
If you're looking for us online, you can find us at RHDGUIS on YouTube, Instagram, all of that good stuff. And then, of course, you can look us up in our Facebook group. Check it out in the show notes. But for episode 152, I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
See ya.
Peace.